welcome back to Train of Thrones. I'm Anna, and our special guest today is Paula.
Yay.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm Aaron.
And today's episode is not sponsored by Starbucks, but apparently Daenerys is. I think this episode really is all about relationships. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what you thought, what kind of relationship stood out to you?
Well, I think the camaraderie of the people that are left, right? So we open up the episode with this big feast in Winterfell. People are trying to celebrate as much as they can the big victory over the dead. And we saw with Tormund and Jon, they had a moment where they're joking around. He's showing a lot of affection towards him. And Dany makes Gendry the Lord of Storm's End. So like you said, I think that the relationships that are among people that are left are coming together nicely.
Yeah, and for me, the relationships that stood out was Brienne, Tormund, Jaime Lannister love triangle. It's it reminded me of an 80s teen rom-com with Molly Ringwald, Andrew McCarthy, and Jon Cryer fighting for her affection. Yeah. And but I loved how it played out, and it's been great to see the evolution of Jaime and Brienne's relationship. And then also the relationship that we see between Daenerys and Jon, from her perspective, seeing the love and admiration he has.
Well, I will say this about Jon. Maybe they all want him to be king, but he is definitely a very bad pet owner. What kind of person abandons their faithful companion like that without so much as a kiss goodbye?
It just seems like the show's jumping all over the place. 1 minute we're in King's Landing, then we're in Dragonstone, then we're in Winterfell, or other way around. Sorry, Winterfell, Dragonstone, then King's Landing, and it's how are they moving around so quickly? And they don't give you any indication of how much time is passing.
No.
So it's has it been a week or a day or a minute?
Everything feels very rushed.
So regarding Sansa, I think one of the biggest issues I noted with her character in this episode has less to do with her and more to do with the writers of the show, is they had her talk about how, the abuse made me the powerful woman I am today. And I think I take a lot of issue with that because she is strong in spite of the abuse and the rape and all the bad things that she's had to endure, not because of those people and what they did to her.
She's been the most underrated character in the show. One thing the writers did do last season, they did surprise us when you kind of thought that Sansa was going to be passive with Littlefinger and allow him to have a role in her new life as Lady of Winterfell. And she called him out and executed him in front of all of her subjects. So maybe we'll get a moment like that again this season where you kind of think that Sansa's not playing the game, or you kind of doubt her, cast her out, and she'll come back with a moment in either the next episode or the final episode of the series.
The good guys are going to win in the end. I know it. I'm an optimist.
Which good guys, though? We don't know.
And who's good, who's bad?
I'm Team Sansa.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who
I will say for Jaime, the whole he's going back to Cersei thing, I felt like you could really tell that he had only been in a relationship all his life with his sister, because he got no game. I mean, finally he did finally get Brienne, but it was more like, oh man, baby, it's getting hot in here, so I guess we should take off our clothes.
It's getting hot in
Awkward
here.
love scene.
With that, let's go into our big bold predictions. So, for me, last week's prediction was that, Tyrion would die. That did not happen because, it was just punch in the face. And then Bron's like, okay, peace out, guys. Which I was like, that was where's that button? That was easy. I would say that there might be a showdown between Dany and Cersei. One with Dragonfire versus Wildfire. We all saw that Cersei is not afraid to set her own people on fire.
No.
Yeah.
And she's now inviting Dany to, burn it all, and especially after, with Miss Sandy's last words, Dracarys.
Yeah, I think what is the woman's name that runs the ships and she went...
Ara.
Yara.
Yara.
I think she's going to come back, and I think she's going to help the Team Winterfell combat Cersei.
Good point.
I have 2 mini yet bold predictions. I think that Varys will betray Daenerys.
For sure.
Because he's mentioned earlier in the show that he is for the people. He does what is ever in the best interest of the people of Westeros, and I think he sees that Daenerys is going mad. So he will make an attempt on her life or something, and I think that Daenerys will burn him because we also have to have him fulfill the prophecy of dying in Westeros. That's what the Red Woman told him. So I think that will happen. I think that while all of the chaos is happening in the big battle, Arya will slip into Winterfell, and I think that she will kill Cersei because throughout the whole show, Cersei has always been on her list, and I will just be really disappointed if she doesn't get her moment and kill her or have a part in her death. And I don't think that that's maybe a piece of the puzzle that Cersei is thinking about.
All right, so let's talk about MVPs for this past episode. Aaron, why don't you start?
It's Missandei. She goes out honorably, and even in the face of death, is still supporting her queen Daenerys. That's a good person. That's somebody that I would want in my corner. So rest in peace, Missandei.
R.I.P. Missandei. She's like, burn them all.
Yeah, like, you know, she went with the bang.
Burn it all. My MVP, Sansa. I just really think she's so underrated right now, and it's so frustrating to see her, you know, her opinions overlooked.
My MVP is Gendry because you know what? You sleep with a girl one time, you get a title, and you decide that you're gonna shoot your shot. Okay, and I mean, like, I respect that. And also Ghost because he was loyal even though Jon abandoned him. Jon Snow, you know nothing.
We all know Jon can always be a little bit clueless.
He still knows nothing.
Yeah, as the Red Woman would say, rest in peace.
Well, I guess we will find out what Jon Snow does know in the next episode.
Yes.
So tune in next week.
See ya.
Bye.